scriptures to show you who you really are, understand? Because the Bible will give you your identity. You believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
You ever heard of the story of Moses as he led his people out from Egypt? Let my people go and things like that. We're going to show you who these people really are. Deuteronomy 1 and verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So as Moses is leading Israel out from Egypt, these are the words he's speaking to them in Deuteronomy, yeah? 28 and verse 1.
28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken diligently unto the
verse
voice.
1.
28 and verse 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is 28 and verse 1.
Okay.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently
Right.
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
So we're saying to Israel now, if you listen to the voice of God and do what he says to do, then you're going to be put on high above all nations. So you're going to be ruling over everybody on the earth, you understand? 28 verse 15.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken.
So if we don't listen, the Israelites doesn't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, this is what's going to happen to them.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So curses are a bad thing, right, innit? So I'm going to show you about these curses, because these curses are very important to show you who the Israelites are. 46.
Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So what's your name, bro?
Diego.
So if I wanted to know where Poundland is, Diego, what would I have to look at?
Look around.
I have to look at the Poundland sign to identify that shop is Poundland, innit?
That's right.
Same for Wilco right there, innit? I have to look at the sign, or if I wanted to go McDonald's, KFC or Asda, look at the sign, innit? So read it again. Listen clearly, yeah?
And they shall be upon thee for a sign,
A sign, you understand, go on?
and for a wonder,
Right.
and upon thy seed forever.
So Diego, these curses are going to be on Israelites for a sign. So we'll be able to look at the curses to identify who the Israelites are today. So we're going to go through a couple of these curses, 48.
Verse 40.
Read 47.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness
Right.
of the heart, for abundance of all things.
So when we read the Bible, we find that the Israelites didn't want to do what Moses told them to do, innit? So this is what's going to happen to them. Julian, give me that.
Reading verse 48. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
We look around today, our people don't own nothing, you understand? This is one of the curses that are on the Israelites. So if we wanted to go to McDonald's, KFC, Asda, Sainsbury's, we have to go to the other nations for it, alright? And in first, if we wanted a drink, you understand? If we wanted water or Dr. Pepper or Pepsi, we have to go to the other nations for it. Our people don't own it, you understand? If you wanted to wear clothes, you're going to those clothes you got on you right now, you ain't buying them from your people, you understand? This is a curse in the Bible, you understand? Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
This is the kicker, because this is what a yoke of iron is, you understand? Type in yoke of iron on Google, you're going to see our people show up. This is to show you who you are in the Bible, alright? We went into slavery, we had all sorts of atrocities done to us, yeah? Because we didn't keep the commandments of God. Alright, my brother? 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
You know how we got to the Caribbean?
How we got to Jamaica.
Right.
That's
They put us in slavery, then they put us on cargo slave ships and shipped us there, right? Get me Exodus 20 and verse 2.
Exodus 20 in verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Egypt is the old Quake word for bondage, you understand? So when you hear Egypt in the Bible, it's talking about slavery or bondage. So read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
Into slavery, right?
again with ships.
So how did we get to the Caribbean? So who are we? We're the Israelites, alright,
That's
brother?
right.
Read on.
By the way whereof I spank unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We won't see our homeland again, which is Israel, you understand? This is where we come from. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies,
Right?
for bondmen and for bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
When we got off the ships, we were sold, innit? And nobody was able to redeem us out of the slavery. Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they couldn't save us because this is a curse which was put on us by God, you understand? Only the Messiah, Jesus Christ, will be able to save us out of this, you understand? We're still in slavery today, you understand? So knowing that you're Israelite, what do you have to do? Why did you go into slavery in the first place? right? Didn't do the commandments of God. 10 and verse 12.
Deuteronomy 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
So this is the purpose of what we're out here trying to do, innit? We're trying to tell you what the Lord requires of you. Go on.
But to fear the Lord thy God,
Right?
to walk in all his ways,
Yep.
and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul.
Right.
To keep the commandments.
To what?
To keep the commandments.
To keep the commandments. There you go, alright? So we're going to show you a couple of these commandments. Next time I see you out here, I want to see you keeping commandments, alright, brother? Numbers 15 and 38. Because there's more than 10 commandments. We only taught there's 10 commandments by these churches. We've been lied to as a people, you understand? All this is to keep us at the bottom of the barrel. So once we learn and we start keeping these commandments, we're going to be put on high above our nations. Read that.
Numbers 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel,
Right.
and bid them that they make them fringes
These are fringes right here. What the brothers them are wearing. Yeah? Go on.
in the borders of their garments
Right.
throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
See our blue ribbon on there? That's a bit of blue ribbon on there, alright? On all your garments, on your vests, alright? So if you got a top, 100% cotton, put fringes, border of blue on it. All the time you want to have to be wearing this, but this is the purpose of it, yeah?
And it shall be unto you for a fringe,
Right?
that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and to do them.
So when we're about to go into sin, we look at our fringes and remember, yo, we got to keep the commandments, because this is why we're in the condition we're in today, alright? We'll get you another one, pork.
Paul.
Go on. Okay.
Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cut, he is unclean to you.
So we can't eat swine. You know swine is pork, innit? Pigs. We can't eat that. Read on.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
We should, because what?
They are unclean to you.
Because they're unclean to us, you understand? They're bacteria, you understand? They're not supposed to be eaten, alright?
Bro, quick question, right? How's things? Yeah. Good to see you, man. Quick question, right? If I turn around and I said, right, that the so-called black people, or the black man, woman and child, and the Mexicans and Hispanics, because we make up the actual 12 tribes of Israel, right? If I turn around and I said real loud, right, and I shouted that we're the best people on earth, would you think that people would say that I'm being racist? Yeah, all right? What about if God said the same thing? All right, let's see what God says about you, okay? Check this. Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Deuteronomy.
Let's see if God says that same thing I just said, right?
That's right.
Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people
The children of Israel are holy people. Holy means separate. We're separate people. Read.
unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee.
Read it again. Because, you honest? You cool? Listen to this, please, right? Real quick, right? Some serious knowledge here, right? Check this. Where's your family from? West Indies? Jamaica, yeah? All right, so all this slavery happened to us, isn't it? It happened to us. All right, check this. Read what you got. Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
All praises. Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
So the children of Israel, you're the true Israelites. You're the real Jew according to the Bible. You get me, right? Not the people over in Jerusalem today. Them that are like converts. Them that are frauds and fakes, right? Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Read.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee
So the true Israelites have been chosen. Let's see for what? Read.
to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Equal to all people.
Above all people.
Just same as everybody else.
Above all people.
Brothers, why do you think it is? Who's the fastest man? Who's the fastest man on the planet today? Who's the best boxers today? If you walk like this, everybody copies you, right?
People are gold teeth in a grilling.
Yeah?
Who's trying to copy you, you understand?
Everybody copies you. Who can sing and dance like us? You know what I'm saying? But he's black as well. Do you get me? What I'm trying to show you here is that according to the Bible, we are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
And there's a reason why our people are suffering today as it is. There's a reason why there's so much black on black crime, and we're the bottom of society, single parent homes and so forth. Let me just show you very quickly, right? Dead quick. Back to the curses. Deuteronomy 28.
54.
I'm going to go to verse 15 to begin with.
Verse 15.
Have you brothers Ever heard of Moses? You know when Moses crossed the Red Sea, right? And led the actual Israelites through the Red Sea. That's where we're going to read from here to show you that these people I'm reading about here is your great granddaddies and great mothers. All right? I'm going to prove it now, not by my words, but by the Bible itself, because this is stuff that's been hid from us for a long time. You get me?
That's right.
Sick of the lies.
Right.
Let's get into it. Read what you got, bro. Verse 15.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If the true Israelites did not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, read.
to observe to do all his commandments.
To do what?
To observe to do all his commandments.
If we didn't keep the commandments, read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day,
What would happen? Read.
that all these curses
Is a curse something good or something bad? Something bad, right? All right, read.
shall come upon thee and overtake
So
thee.
the children of Israel would have some curses put on them if we was being rebellious and didn't keep the commandments of the
That's
Most High
right.
God.
That's
So let's
right.
look at these curses, and brothers, you tell me who these things have happened to, all right? Because Moses is only speaking to the Israelites. Let's prove it. Deuteronomy 1 verse 1. Hold up. Deuteronomy 1 verse 1.
Deuteronomy 1 verse 1.
To prove that Moses is only speaking to the Israelites and nobody else.
Deuteronomy 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Moses spoke to who?
All Israel.
Moses speaking to all of Israel. Please remember that. Stay in the same book, and we're going to go to verse 48.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So now, one of our curses is that we'd have to go and serve our enemies, right? Because we didn't keep the commandments and we're being rebellious. Read it again from the top.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies,
Read.
which the Lord shall send against thee,
Read on.
in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
3 basic things that any people need to survive: food, clothing, and water. Now we're going to have to go to other people to get food, clothing, and water. Asda, Sainsbury's, Tesco is owned by other nations. It's not controlled by our people.